Hi everyone, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm on vacation. Thank you very much. Well, not quite on vacation. I just thought, well, with a nicer backdrop, that I would take advantage of it. Because I already had my outside time, my fun family time, and now I just ran into, oh, what is this? Ingalls Wonderful Zodiac Fortune Telling Cards. Ooh. Okay. Let's ask for our angels to come through. Our angels and guides. Our higher selves of the collective. I like doing collective readings. I try to individuate. Is that a real word? Common. Sorry, I'm trying to find my stones. Sorry. Okay, sometimes I try to do kind of exclusive readings for those that are just viewing this. But anyway, this is a collective one. That's how I started off. So they're me. Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to do right now. So we're doing a collective reading, timeless reading. So anytime that you receive this is when you are due to receive it. What else do we want to let you know? As a disclaimer, this is an energy exchange. Okay, this fell out. I'm just going to go ahead and take this one that popped right up, which is, so it says, you are loved by real people. That's nice, isn't it? I think a lot of this might be in question right now. You know, we could say it's quarantine with the lack of interaction or minimal interaction. And maybe for those that took on maybe more of like a recluse, hermit vibe before quarantine, maybe that's impacting you more. I hear it's a very hard time for extroverts right now. I think there's maybe some adaptation by now. It's been a full year's turn. Oh, and it says be careful of your health on the bottom. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and take that header card, the top liner, because we called in our higher selves. But be aware, because everything has polarity, that we're looking at that bottom line as well. Oh, yeah, the bottom line is our health. And the bottom line, in business idiom terms, is what really matters. The final say, the productivity, the underlying productivity, the value, the net worth of whatever activity we're engaging in. Oh, there's one that fell on here. Let me tell you what year this was made, because these are antique cards. It says these are not playing cards. Do you see that? Made in Swampscott, Massachusetts. Okay, what does it say here? Only 30 zodiac cards used. Where's the year on here? Well, okay, to give you an idea, it says that this was a maker of sold distributor. There are 3 other types of cards that are sold with 10 cents each. Yeah, or you can get all 3 for 25 cents in coin. Yeah, that tells you a lot, doesn't it? Swampscott, Massachusetts. It doesn't have a year on this. But let's see the one that fell. Does it read in reversals? I don't think it does. Okay. Let's see here. You need self-confidence, otherwise you will lose. Of course. And beware of a jealous woman. I already knew that. I'm trying to help her out. She doesn't realize it. She thinks that it's a game. But sometimes we're at that point in our lives, right? So I think with whatever we're going through right now, if there's any doubt on being loved, like for reals, not just by real people. That one wanted to come up, okay? But if there's any doubt with, I'm gonna show it to you before it comes to me. If there's any doubt in that one wanted to come out too because it bent forward, and you can look at that one too. Then it does affect our confidence, doesn't it? That's very simple. So how does this link up? A happy proposition is in store for you, and very good luck is in store for you. Yay, that is really good. That's good to know. Okay, so one thing that I do have to note is because it links together like so, okay, just because there's good fortune doesn't mean that you are going to be really aware of it. Only because when you're in doubt and lacking confidence, then you're obviously in lack mindset, because the number one thing that you should have is trust in yourself, therefore confidence. And if you don't have that, then you're going to doubt whatever you're seeing, whatever you're sensing, whatever blessing is coming your way. So it's essential in order to keep that train going, that link to receipt of good. 747 was on the clock. Okay, and then right here on the top, the third card is you are inclined to rule and help people. Oh, we have light workers here. Yay. High five. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. All right. It says you have genius thoughts which should be carried through. These are really good cards so far. These are good. Money is left you by someone passing away. Okay. Now, it might be a little taboo in conveying what seems like bad news to people who are not ready to contemplate loss, especially if there's lack mindset in play, right? But you know, the way the universe works is that they're not going to dish stuff that you simply just want. They deliver what you need in order to facilitate your growth. And when I speak of the universe, I'm also speaking of the divine in everything, the divine in all, the godliness in all is given to you in that manner to digest. Yeah? So, death is not really death, right? When we contemplate the essence of energy, it's merely a transference. And I was able to digest death in the light that I really got to know a lot better those that have passed away after their passing, because they were no longer bound by the human condition, those burdens of feeling, of thought, of worry, that extra baggage. That all they deal now with is spirit, their spiritual energy, as well as that of others. And they're always looking to resolve, end cycle, seek closure, help their loved ones, friends and family achieve the same, because they see the bottom line, the health, the wellness, the well-being of your soul. All they see really is the divine once they get to that point. A whole tangent of lost souls and the wandering souls that, what song is that? Wandering star, to whom it is preserved. The blackness, the darkness, I think the river. It's Portishead. I don't know, I think that because, okay, I'm trying to think of how that relates, because I don't know 100% the lyrics offhand, but it gives me this tone, the idea of a star seed, that we're all really star seeds. 11:33 on the clock, those are master numbers bound together, yeah? We'll look that up later, but that we're really all star seeds. We're all star beings. And you can look more on that. I don't think that this video is really pertaining directly isolating to that. That's just backup homework that you might want to do if you're interested in seeing a more expansive view of your cosmic light. Okay, so wandering star. There's some tie into that. What is it? Like a starlight is fading. The more in lack mindset that you are, and when you leave this world, it's almost like you're wandering. You're a wandering star. And there are other light workers out there that are very gifted in being able to direct those lost souls to the light so that they can see closure. And I have a feeling, I think I've read somewhere that it had something to do with people who already live in darkness because of the worry, the disease caused by the burdens of concern, the added weight, those kinds of burdens leads to like Alzheimer's and dementia. And I think those patients are really prone to living this hamster wheel cycle after leaving this world. You know, I'm not saying that they're doomed to that. I'm just saying that there's high tendencies towards that. And so there are certain light workers here that are gifted and that employ themselves in directing them to the light. I work with those energies, but mainly as guides to helping their current loved ones see closure and end cycles and facilitate growth. Those that are having complications with receiving messages. So I show them how, not just by telling them how, but certain anecdotes.
When you revive the memory of loved ones, you are actively alchemizing their energy. Thus, you're breathing life back into their existence, even with simple stories. The spirit of our ancestors are revived within our own.
In different methods, and I also invoke loved ones in their greatest times of need. I convey messages through, from them, and to them. So I'm a communicator of those sorts. I've learned in different scenarios, and I thought that was only accessible within my own bloodline, but I can do that with other loved ones, and it's very interesting. The more open you are in not just understanding it, but when you open yourself to the possibilities, your receptivity expands. So I just wanted to be able to convey that to you, and that isn't mainly just with human energy. This also goes for crystals, it goes for pets, it goes for everything is energy. So I'm learning that as I expand my awareness and my belief in the possibilities, if I am to engage in practice, the openness of practice, that my abilities are able to not just deepen, but also open up in the breadth of that. So very interesting. I just wanted to convey that to you because whether you are new in practice or advanced, intermediate, whatever level you are, I think it's always helpful to know those things, or maybe have it reiterated, or maybe remind yourself on your potential. I'm told I'm supposed to tell you that. Okay, so you are inclined to rule and help people at 16:45 on the clock, and you have genius thoughts which should be carried through. Yeah, so even if you're in doubt, sometimes I try to, like, you'll hear there's hesitations with conveying something to you, and it might seem a little flighty, it might seem like I'm up in the clouds or whatever, but I'm just checklisting in my head, kind of validating the logic behind it as well. And if there's any ounce of logic and any experience in practice, then I convey it to you. So if you're in doubt with your intuition, what kind of information is coming through that is not quite, I don't want thoughts, and you might just want to share, even with a disclaimer, okay? The bottom is your advice is appreciated. Yeah. So there's someone out there that might be needing to hear what you're saying, what thoughts come to you at that moment. So, oh, that's the other thing in the whole lack mindset thing, and you need to have self-confidence and receptivity, because these opportunities, even the abundance of these downloads, it's just because you haven't heard it or read it anywhere doesn't mean that it's invalid. I mean, everything was sourced at some point from a certain experience, a certain angels. What's the best way to convey this? We are co-creators. So there are times when I get downloads and I'll convey it to you. And then like a month or two later, I run into a book or whatever, and it reiterates it there. So anyway, I just wanted to convey that to you. And then this other one that came out, you are good, but people misunderstand you. I've received that before. You know, not everyone is awakened. We're living in different dimensions. It's like the same matrix, but our realities are different because of how we digest the information, how we consume, what we decide to consume within the matrix. So our interpretations of life is very different. And so, yeah, you just have to work at it. Your self-confidence was the second one in line. So it's every other one looking at this that, due to the way people view you, you aren't to, you just have to keep faith in yourself, the divine within yourself. I mean, you'll know when in practice. I don't want to mom-splain to you, but let's go ahead and look at this. Your predictions have and always will be true. Oh, you must be intuitive too. Very intuitive. You might be psychic. You might have those capabilities. Success for you if you carry through. Yeah. Spirit is always looking for those on his team that will follow through. And the further you comply, the more you'll get to see. It's like when you elevate and you ascend so many levels, you're able to get more of a landscape view. The horizon becomes more of like a 360 rather than here to here, right? What else do we want to know? Persist and you will be more successful. Yeah. Sorry, give me one moment. Okay. So there's fluctuations here. Okay. Within these cards, it's a yes, no, yes, no. And when I'm looking at that, I'm also seeing, 21 on the clock, which says this, number 21, is a very big thing to keep in mind. You need self-confidence. And the more self-confidence that you have, the more jealousy arises. Right, because the more you attract, like attracts like. Because of that, you'll see more adversity. And not just those who are unwilling to change, but those who are envious of like any love interests that detract from their pull. Does that make sense? Okay. So, yeah, the other thing that I wanted to mention here, what I was noticing before I hit 21, it was 1:22 on the clock, so 12 and 21. So these are mirrored items. You are loved by real people. I think these are important cards to really look at. Opportunities are coming forth. And that's really what it is. This could be like a twin flame mirroring, looking at the numbers, and the opportunity is here, the golden opportunity that links together. So some of you may have gone through some heartbreak, and it might be really hard to believe that there are real people out there that know what love is. What is that song? I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel. What is it? Ah, it's a ballad song from the late 80s, I feel like. Okay, I just wanted to get my stone here so I can pinpoint the energies. What else do you want to know here? Oh, and the other thing is, if we're looking at our higher selves, the capacity and the energy that we want to deliver. Because the thing is that if you've gone through so much toil in life and you are doing what's right by spirit, by the whole universe, by the collective, the greatest good, then spirit is not going to allow you to, this is something that a download that I think I conveyed on my Instagram as well, that dating game almost for any kind of relationship, that spirit's going to limit that energetic exchange because they know that you've dealt with so much. So you're able to converse with energies before you actually meet them in person. So it's the most efficient way, and its union is not going to happen, especially with your twin flame or kin flame, because we're thinking about soul tribe family. They're not going to let that happen unless you show that energy on your own first. You have to prove it. You have to show that you're integrating it in the here and now. You're showing your love in the here and now, 4:44 on the clock. It's going to be unconditional love that you want to show spirit, that you're integrating, that you're wielding, that you're manifesting, right? Without that touch. And that proves that once you integrate it for self, that you're ready and you're showing the worthiness of having that manifested in the 3D realm. That's what I learned. So far the energy here is 12, 21, 5, and 2. And each card is yes, no, yes, no. So it tells me that we need to persist with that whole confidence is key factor. That there's going to be fluctuations in what feels like your receipt of answers. That I saw 543 on the clock. So that this is a big card. The whole confidence is key. Trust in the divine in total. 21. So that's 33, right? 33, 38, 39, 40. Oh, 40. Okay, so the sum of these cards tells me that we're looking at our last card reading. Remember the 10 digits, 10, 10, 10, 10? It points back to the Emperor, taking the seat of control. This is a continuation of it. The energies, I'll link it together. But the bottom of the deck is you are missing many opportunities. Take advantage. So again, it fluctuates back to a yes. You'll receive a check or paper money soon. That's cool. Okay, so, and this is number 20, which points up to this, right? It's consecutive. Give me a second. There's going to be a lot here. Okay. So when we match it to there, something is told you which you must not believe. Okay, mistruths. And then help your friend who is in need. He will bring you good luck. I have many he friends. You know, I have she friends too, but the he's, no, there's equal. I don't know which he though. Okay. Your troubles will vanish, happiness ahead. So looking at, since that they're consecutive, we're going to pair this together. Your troubles will vanish, happiness ahead, and very good luck is in store for you. I think that's really obvious, the messaging in there. I'm just trying to figure out what this means. on this part, who the he is. One thing that I have to tell you is that when you work with spirit, you are elevated in your sense of responsibility because you can choose to work with spirit or you can choose to work for spirit. I do both. The primary seat is working for spirit. So, when it says to help your friend who is in need, he will bring you good luck. We are not doing things for the sake of receiving good luck. This is not a transactional prompt. For if it was a transactional prompt, you are limiting your abundance. Okay, we're back again. Alright, it says to pull out 9 cards. I've only done 5 so far. I wanted to keep it kind of limited. Angels, what else do you want to say here? Okay, there's 2 that came out. A family grief. Ooh, this one, 20, was in the middle. So that's central. It's the bottom of the deck, as it were. Okay, a marriage may take place soon. Marriage is just a simple meaning of, it doesn't mean directly like a legal marriage. It could be just a heavy commitment. And the heavy commitment doesn't have to pertain to romance, does it? Though it could. Well, only you will know. This is a collective reading. We have to expand its meanings a little bit further. So when we talk about a family grief, it doesn't ultimately mean a loss, though there is an indication of inheritance. It doesn't have to mean particularly someone in the family, but someone that is at family level. And, you know, time is but a construct, yeah? So take that as you may. Because this doesn't speak of anything. So this portion on the second line of family grief could also mean not necessarily a loss, a physical loss, but it could also mean a grief produced from troubles that need intervention. Yeah, I mean, when you think of Charlie Brown, when there's conflict that arises, it's like good grief, right? Similar to that. Okay, since it came out with this other card, you have long been loved by one whom you least suspect. Interesting. Love and happiness is in store for you, more so in the future. Well, that's nice. Okay. So, the more you engage in alignment and your own stability, the more you magnetize that through your matrix. You don't just attract it, but you also stabilize that on the outskirts. So that's very good. 4:44 on the clock. Top is, regardless of opposition, you will be successful. Exactly. When you work for spirit and you come through, they come through for you too. It was 4:56 on the clock when I saw that. When I made eye contact. Okay. And there's 2 more cards. So I feel like we're going to cut the deck and then use the bottom of the deck, okay? Wealth inherited from an unexpected quarter. You will overcome your domestic troubles and you have been wishing for something. You are inclined to make people happy. A long motor trip with a surprise end. So, this is a journey where you are 5:43 on the clock, where you have become more independent. In such an endeavor, a wish will be granted, and your domestic troubles are not overcome by running away, by escaping, but by seeking greater heights, greater perspectives from the matrix that you already have in front of you, and also moving beyond. The bottom of the deck is you have or will receive money real soon. Very nice. So remain confident in your endeavors, because the bottom line on this is all yeses, whereas we started with the fluctuations. You are continually in someone's thoughts, a change in the life of a true friend. Oh, that's the very end of that. And that number is 8. That's the infinity symbol, yeah? Infinite alchemy, that's legacy in the making. Because what we talked about in that other reading was the Two of Pentacles, which very, very much highlighted that 8 figure, the balance. And when we look at the balance of the two, we're also looking at that meditative stance, not just the alchemical stance of binding, but also in balance. That is the position of meditation, alignment. Yes, that's cool. So when we're looking at money, we're also looking at the incremental abundance that you receive. That could be spiritual, because it translates on an energetic level before you actually receive that in hand. Its true worth. You must realize it energetically before you receive it in hand. Okay. Change in the life of a true friend. If you're looking at this and you're like, I don't have any friends, I don't have a partner, I don't have this or that, forget about the lack mindset, okay? I've been dealing with that as well. Because when I get fortunes or signs, I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I don't have a partner, Spirit. I don't know what you're talking about. When you look at change in your life of a true friend, you have to be a friend to yourself first. Yeah? True friend. So you change your own life before you change that in others. Or able to anyway. So that's the bottom of that. Okay. I hope that gave you enough information. So we had 2 bottom of the decks because I realized that we should have been picking 9 cards. And luckily the initial bottom of the deck came out center point. So that says a lot. Especially with it conveying another aspect of friendship. Is help your friend who is in need, and then a change in the life of a true friend. True friendship dictates a mutual exchange, reciprocity on a higher level. It's emotional, spiritual, physical bond of, a hug or in combination. We have 28, right? In sum, 28, right, which boils down to 10. So it also conveys the element of opportunity, the first 2 cards that mirrored, which tells me this is also twin flame, kin flame, soul union, soul tribe. That's what it tells me here. Okay, I hope that helped you out. 12:04 on the clock. If that helped you out, please hit the like button, subscribe button. Thank you very much to those who already have, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.